Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet an expert in promotional products. We'll visit with him in just a minute. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, when you think about promotional products, most people think about maybe a koozie or a calendar, but the industry has really evolved, and pretty much anything you can imagine, they can put your logo right there on that product. Phillip Brown is with Fully Promoted. Thanks for coming on the show.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And you probably get that a lot. When you say I'm in promotional products, they say, oh, you make coffee mugs.
I get, hey, you can do pens, coffee mugs, but Jeff, the expand is way bigger than that. You got trade shows, you got hospitals that need their uniforms, you've got constructions that need their uniforms and safety vests. Even holiday time when you want to have gifts for your employees and stuff like that. We can do anything from crystal, from nice, beautiful coins to give out for people who hit a century mark with their companies. It's just way more than pens and coffee mugs. Sure. And it's almost like a bad rap because when you get to stuff that you give away, sometimes it gets to be a little bit cheap. But, my biggest thing with promotional goods is I try to find the best thing for shirts or for a hat that fits that company, especially even giveaways. What matches that company? Some people think it's so good to give this away and give that away, but you want people to remember you and how they got it. A billboard is the biggest. Your billboard is your chest and your hat, your shirt and your hat. And most people who get hats or given by somebody, hats are given to them, they remember who gave it to them. And people only keep their hats for about 10 months, so it better be very impressive.
Sure. Okay, what's the most unusual request you've had?
The most unusual request lately has been bar stools from a customer that wanted 8 bar stools. I thought he owned a bar, but he wanted to have he had a bar in his garage, and he wanted to have his friends over to look at his cars in his garage. So
I think that's cool.
I think it's real cool. So what he wanted is he had Ferraris, so Porsche, and he had an old Ford. He had an Audi in there. He had a Ford Fairlane. So he had some old cars and some new cars. So I could tell he was a car collection. But it was that was neat. Awesome. It was the first time I ever done bar stools.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going to pull up the variety of products page off of your website, and as we scroll down the website, what would you say is the most common thing that you get asked to produce?
I'd say the most common thing, I do about 65% apparel, and then I do the rest is all promotional hard goods. But I would say the biggest things I do is Richardson 112 hats because they're just so popular. Nice. They're at a good price. And people like the broider here, and they also like the broider in the left. That's really popular right now. But that's the biggest request along with other things. Yesterday I got a call from somebody, but notebooks are extremely big to give off their people.
Nice.
Really nice in the notebooks, and there's millions of tumblers out there, different ones. I mean, they can go up to as high as $80.
Right.
Their cost, by the way, as low as you can get some for $3, but they're all over the board. And those are really good giveaways, the cheaper ones, that is.
Sure.
To remember somebody, because everybody has 5 tumblers, but they always have them in different places.
Yeah. Well, you're only as good as your team, so we're going to pull up your team page off your website, and I'll give you a chance to brag about the team you've created. There's you, obviously.
There's me.
And tell us about Melissa.
So Melissa is a girl from Larned, Kansas, which is about a town of 3,300 people. She moved to Dallas, and we met each other about 6 years ago. And about 6 years ago, I knew after 3 months I'd marry her, and we do. We have 4 kids together,
Congratulations.
combined. And she has a huge marketing background. She worked for Sally Beauty for like 14 years, and now she works for a manufacturer that makes products for a lot of skincare companies. But she is an unbelievable both salesperson and very good at marketing and digital marketing. And then Madison's my daughter. I'm learning her how to look up products. So when you have people ask me, it takes time to look up products.
Yeah.
Because people are so precise in what they want.
Yeah.
So I have her do that. So guess what? She gets to shop for other people. That's a perfect job for a 17-year-old.
I love it.
18-year-old.
It's a family company. I'm a family company.
And she's not spending my money, so that's great.
All right. So for the person who hasn't stuck their toe into the promotional waters yet, why is it a good use of funds?
Because you're always advertising your company in one way or another. Some people look at it and they go, that's a really nice shirt. You know, this is a nice polo that I have on, but I will tell you, it's not an Under Armour, it's not a Nike.
Right.
It's a Sport Tech, which is a very nice shirt. But when you wear really nice gear and you can put your logo on it, again, you know, this is your biggest billboard, and your hat's your biggest billboard, you know, when you're wearing a really cool cap. But, you know, you can take out an ad in the back of a newspaper, or you can do digital marketing and throw it out there and see how many people are going to open it. But if you're wearing good products, jackets, and they could be expensive, they don't have to be, but quality, you're really advertising your company, especially it makes your company employees feel like a team if they're all wearing something.
Yes.
You know, if they're walking a show and like 6 guys or 6 people are wearing the same outfit, you know, the same shirt, same hat, whatever, you're part of a team. And that's what, you know, you're engaging, you know, you're attracting.
Talk about the process. If somebody's watching this and you say, man, I think I just found my promotional products guy, they contact you. Do you have kind of a sit-down session or a Zoom session with them? Or
Yeah, I do. So if they schedule an appointment with me, we can meet in person, we can talk on the phone. I'd rather meet in person.
Sure.
I think it's more personal. Then you can find out, hey, you know, you're just giving me a shot and look what we can do for you. I don't want you to worry about anything. We'll look for everything you're looking for. The process is, you know, get the total details, what they're looking for. You know, most importantly, color, sizes, what the product is, and hand date. That's the most important first question.
Yeah.
If they say they need it in 3 days, well, they're talking to the wrong person. I don't think anybody can do what they want in 3 days. But in-hand date's the first question, and you know, what's their budget? Where are they looking to stay around? And now, you know, I work around that.
And sometimes the customer's not always right. They're asking for something, and you're like, I got a better idea. I mean,
I do that. I give them, so I look at their company, I go, you know, they always ask me, hey, Phillip, can you give us some ideas what's looking for? And then they'll Google themselves. Like, man, don't read all those Googles all the time, what's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, just because a back scratcher's at the top, that's just kind of cheesy to pass out back scratchers. Everybody passes out pens. You got a great pen, it's solid.
Yeah.
One of the best things I will tell you, and I tell a lot of companies this, is tape measures, small tape measures. It's in everybody's drawer, and it says something. It could say, the Jeff Crilley Show, and people know it, and they'll think about it.
Okay, let's suppose I was a realtor, and you want to stay top of mind because you just sold a house, and you want to sell their next house. What would you advise a realtor to do?
I would suggest they have this is one of the best, it's called a monitor calendar. And it's about this long. It either sticks on the bottom or it sticks on the side of or the monitor. Yeah. We have our phones and we have our computers to look at calendars, but it's right there. And you can start the calendar when you went with your logo and your phone number and everything's right there. Wow. It's always on site.
Yes.
And it's real easy. It's a simple thing.
Yeah. I think you're brilliant. Congratulations on your success and your continued success. We're going to end with his website, which is fullypromoted.com. The great Phillip Brown. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.
Okay.